Dr. Brilley's up on the stage and he tells the story of a miracle kid from Portsmouth Naval Hospital in the late 80s. I mean, I was about ready to jump out of my skin and fall out of my chair while I was sitting there. It was just incredible. When I first went into the hospital, I was in the United States Army. I was 19 years old and I was completely healthy. Went out to eat with my family, and the next morning I woke up not being able to breathe.
He came in with pneumonia or lung infection that progressed to what we call multi-organ system failure, which is his lungs failed, his kidneys failed, his heart failed. If you just looked at statistics, his probability of survival was 0. Hello, sir. Rich Brilley. Nice to meet you, sir. Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming. As a physician in the ICU, we always know the statistics. That's not how you take care of patients. You don't take care of patients based on statistics. You take care of the person in front of you. We put him on very high medications to drive his blood pressure to above normal levels, which was the state of the art at that time.
Kept wiping his sweat off his brow and talking to him all the time. I said, I'm not leaving here until you're through this. You're sitting up in bed talking to me, and he did.
Through some skill and I think support of a guiding force, I think he pulled through, and it's a miracle in my opinion.
So I'm sitting there in the audience of the Veterans Day celebration, and I've told my story 100 times of what happened to me.
It just felt like the right story to tell on a Veterans Day. I thought it would be impactful to the audience to hear, my story as it pertained to a veteran who was not supposed to survive and did survive.
It was just too coincidental that his story details matched almost exactly my story. I held myself together, and after the meeting, went up to Dr. Brilley, and I said, do you remember that guy? Do you remember his name that you just described? He says, no, I don't remember his name. I said, well, you might have been talking about me.
The next day, he sent me the discharge summary. It was absolutely him. You were in this room back here. This was our isolation room.
I have a daughter that was just a month old at the time. She'll be 27 here soon. My son is 23. I have 2 grandkids. My grandkids would not be here without, Dr. Brilley saved my life.
The part of it that is so remarkable to me is it just tells me how lucky I've been and what a God-given gift it was that I got to go to medical school and I got to do, what I get to do. And it's amazing to me.
How do you thank the guy that saved your life 26 years later? What can you say? I think a new word needs to be invented other than thank you, because it's 1,000 times stronger than thank you. But thank you.